simple words, and they stir emotions and feelings across the entire state of Alabama, which can be felt and in many cases starts blood to boiling because rivalries like this define this great sport. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. From the gun, the ground game. Oh, just plowing ahead.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They've put themselves in a hole to start. It's 1st and 20. He'll set up to throw. Quick completion on the out. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Second down, they'll go to the air. He'll pull it down and run. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. He'll pull it on the read. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. The Tigers are flying down the field. Off-play action on 1st down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make you earn everything you get. And the athleticism when they get you in passing situations and they know you're going to pass, they're going to come after your quarter.
Breaks into the open. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Got his man in the middle. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. This crowd knows when to bring it. To the air on 2nd down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Now, coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did, and they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
Set sail out of the end. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Alabama's offense will take the field for the 1st time. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Gets it out quickly. At the 45 on his way. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
To the air on first down. Snagged out of the air. Let's talk about Alabama. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
Looking left, and they can't make the play on third down.
And on that third down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up fourth.
From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. They go to the ground. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that prop.
There he goes. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Auburn lines up quickly. And those are some serious wheels for this Tiger quarterback, positively Nick Marshall-esque.
Yeah, and you think about Nick Marshall and that run to the national.
Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Tigers. Once he got some room, it was over.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. A quick pass to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screen play. How does that happen?
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Peace. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. And that one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's complete. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
Third down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
Looking downfield on first down. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Looking down the middle. Wide open downfield. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Quickly complete. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Peace. Good throwing catch, takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at third and goal. Wants to keep it in the air. He wants it all. Touchdown, Alabama! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10.
Guys, Oregon and Washington have squared off more than 100 times. Here's an update on today's clash. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way Michael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connor's keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The snap sets up the throw. Flips it out on the screen. Runs through a tackle. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too.
And the quarterback put up 2 and sacked at the 12. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run, and you've seen over the last several years, too. After they do that, they come after your quarterback, and they try to get that sucker on the ground.
He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting, and if they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Touchdown, Tigers! The hidden yardage, the big play, special teams coming through. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And, Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Right back to the well. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. Quick release on the RPO. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Makes the catch. It's Peace. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
You know, that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find...
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. They put on the heat and they blocked it.
And how about the speed by that defender coming off the edge to block that field goal? Wow.
So here comes the Auburn offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Fakes to grab. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry. The play-action fake. Throws to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Now on first down from the 28.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. He just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
The Tigers with the 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Handoff from the gun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. A linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Grab near the sticks. It's Provo. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Auburn! Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he were throwing it at a front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Indiana is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Purdue. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Using the quick game. Still running at the 40. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime, and get a little juju going.
Quickly out to the tight end. At the 35, he's loose. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Wants to go up top on first down. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like, fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Might want to muster up that protection. They had one blocked earlier. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Splits the uprights. Good. That pulls them to within 15. 28-13 the score. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode and try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Going to try to get it himself. And maybe they've tried to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another first down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Looking to the big tight end. He's got him wide open. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. Keeps it and gets past the chains. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They'll throw it from the red zone. Grabbed in the middle. It's Provo. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield, and time is running short. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Auburn.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
35, Alabama, 13.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Tigers and Tide.
Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes that Alabama offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Quick strike complete. He'll be stopped at the 27, but it's a 15-yard gain.
Hey, who says hitch passes can't get big yards? Receiver catches it, makes a guy miss, and goes and gets a first down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Peace. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Still some work to do after that last completion. It's second down. Wants to go up top. He's got the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Wants to throw again. Caught in the backfield, it's Peace. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Hold it. Defense.
You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. To the air on first down. knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Zings it complete to the right. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tide with the 1st and 10.
Military start.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. He'll take a shot. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be second down.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll move the wide receiver. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
That is going to give that wide receiver nightmares, man. He was wide open. I don't know if there was a coverage bust on the back end, but that is a play that this dude needs to make.
Oh, he missed it. No good. That can be really demoralizing, guys. There's something about getting the deficit under 20, and they couldn't. It's still at 22. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Fires to the wideout. The short hands, it's Provo. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored
a shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing the football in the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Auburn extends its lead as the Tigers are turning back the tide.
And I give credit to Auburn, too. It seems like every year when these two teams play, it doesn't really matter what Auburn has done leading into this game. They are able, time and time again, to play their best when they play against the Tide. They're doing it again here in the second half.
And I hate the cliche, throw the records out, but it does matter in this game. Why? Both these schools in the same state. They hate each other. The fans hate each other. Got recruited by the same schools. There is nothing about these two teams that like each other.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. He'll do it himself. And some room to work.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you just sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense the zone read has become. As we're seeing more and more athletic quarterbacks on rosters now, that is a staple of the sport.
From the gun, running back gets the give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this third down from deep in your own territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. At the 40, there he goes. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10.
221 wing. Ready.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to...
Turning it on! Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Caught over the middle, it's Warren. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And man, how many times are we going to call his name today? He has been so much fun to watch. Got a couple of sacks, add another tackle for a loss here. He has been all over the field, and he has made some serious plays for this defense.
Quarterback keeps it. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. 4th and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying out there. A gutsy move by this ball club. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
Man, that stings. You go all the way down the field, you get a 4th and goal situation, and the offense comes up small. The defense gets the sack. No points for you.
Works his way ahead for 3 out to the 14.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Pocket breaking down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes the grab down the middle. Brought down at the 16-yard line, and that will likely bring out the punt team.
Number 12, on to kick it away.
Here's the return. Makes a move. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Stands in the game, and we'll start with a first down. Leaves it with the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked. And a first down.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Takes the easy completion. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be first and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll run it. Touchdown, Tigers. Great job by the back on the option. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Tide offense rolls onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Oh, he's got some space. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. On first down from their own 22.
Here we go, here we go.
Leaves it with the back. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it along the sideline. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
He finds a soft spot in the middle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. It's complete on the right side. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Fires to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Quick strike through the air for the score.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. Out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and I think he was about a step or so from breaking that one. So here comes the Auburn offense. Wants to go up top on first down. Firing deep. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. Now let's see if they can follow up that huge play. 1st and 10 from the 23. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab on the left. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
If you're going to attack and have success against man coverage, then you've got to have great time between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Really nice rapport. You could tell these two have been spending a lot of time this offseason.
Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field.
Offside, defense.
Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Indiana is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Purdue. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Here's the handoff. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It's complete to the left. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
So now it's 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they
brings into the open. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. New set of downs after the completion. The give and tick, 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 tick. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Looking to throw for it. He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And the offense comes up short on third down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on fourth down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, showed a variety of all kinds of things. Now it's just about how they want to finish.
Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
It's picked off, and another empty drive.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. There he goes. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. The give to the back. Slithers into space. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. Since 1893, this game has meant more to the fans in the state of Alabama than any other sporting event, and the toilet paper will fly at Toomer's Corner. The Eagles will fly, and it is an orange and blue game as Auburn takes down the Tide in the Iron Bowl. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College